This week is going to be our final week with Microsoft Word. So before we go over this week's activity, I'd like to just go do a quick review first. We started out with the font, talking about how to change the font to a style of writing that you like. We also talked about changing the size to a size that's maybe a little bigger so somebody could see it but not too big so that it's overwhelming. We also talked about this. You can make the size bigger or smaller through the little A's over here. This is if you want to do center case or uppercase or lowercase. We don't really use that as much. We have the bold, right? Bold writing. You can make it look bold. And then if you highlight it, you can take it off. We have italics, which makes it slanty, right? And then we had underline. We talked about how to make writing centered and how to change the color. Okay, so those are all things we've done so far. We didn't do this too much, but you could highlight it if you want to highlight your writing there. And back in time, you can go back in time if you want to take something off. So you can go forward in time or back in time if you want to take something off. Here's the save icon in Word. Children who are using Google Docs don't have to worry about this, but here's the save icon if you need it. We also looked at the insert tab. We did a lot of insert pictures, online pictures. We talked about that each week. One of the things I wanted to bring up this week is word art. Now, you may not have this if you're in Google Docs. Don't worry if you don't have this, or maybe in your version of Word you don't have this. But word art, if you go to insert word art, you can have a nice fancy design. So this week we're going to talk about your favorite school spirit day. So maybe my favorite school day is a crazy look day. And notice I went to insert and I did word art. That's how I did it. And then it will pop up with, if you click on this, it will pop up with shape format. And then what you could do is you could do a shape fill. So maybe I want to make it shape fill. Whoa, that looks nice, doesn't it? With the shape fill of blue. I could change how I want the letters to look. All these different things. And you even have down here, you could do a shadow or reflection or glow. Maybe I'll put a nice little glow in there. Okay, so you don't have to do this. Don't worry if you do not have insert word art. Don't worry if you don't have that, but I just wanted to show the children just in case. Something else I just want to show you real quick. If you ever need a shape, you can always go to insert shapes as well if you want to put in like a smiley face or something like that, into your work. But you're probably not going to need it for what we're doing. Okay, so we have our word art title over there. I also wanted to bring up layout. If you ever want to change the layout, you want to flip it, you could make it a landscape, and now it looks like that. And you could change it to portrait, and you could change the margins. Margins is the things on the side here, so you could change that if you ever want a narrow look. Makes your paper a little more narrow, but I'll take that off. So today what I want the children to do is I want them to write on what is their favorite school spirit day. Now I know we haven't had a traditional year this year where we couldn't really gather, but you could still remember Twin Day, Crazy Look Day, Blue Spirit Day, Field Day, any of the days that you can remember from the past. You can put in your favorite one. And if you can't think of one, you can come up with an idea for a school spirit day that you think we should have. So once you get started, you're going to put your writing on the left here. And you just write, my favorite school spirit day is Crazy Look Day. Okay, so I finished my writing, and you see I have my favorite school spirit day is Crazy Look Day. Last year I wore yellow and red socks with a tie-dye t-shirt and a tie with eyes on it and glasses. My favorite part of this school spirit day is to see what other people are wearing. Last year I laughed so hard when I saw my teacher's outfit. What is your favorite school spirit day? So I'd like the children to write around 4 sentences on their favorite school spirit day. And just to review real quick, if you have a problem with your spelling, you're going to have a red line underneath it, meaning there's a spelling error. You can do right-click on the mouse, and you could change the word that you want, and they'll give you some suggestions. Or you can go to review, and if you go to review, you go spelling and grammar, and it will pop up there. Oh, I really meant Friday, and you click change. Now most people, what they do is they use the right click. So again, if you are in Google Docs, you may not have the same tabs like us on the top. What you can do is you can do right click and do Friday or whichever word you want with your mouse. But the right click really helps us out there. And I also want to review very quickly, copy, cut, and paste. Again, if let's say you want to say school spirit, you could highlight it with your mouse, hold down the left click and move it. You can do copy over here, and then I could go enter, enter, enter. I could do paste, or what I could do is I could hold it down here. I could do copy, right click, copy, and then I go down here and I do right click on my mouse and paste, and it will come in there. And I don't want to do that, so I'll do back arrow to take it out. So remember, we have forward and backwards. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to write about this very quickly. I want to review because this is our last week. Under design, you could do page color. Please don't make it a color where I can't read it. But sometimes children, they like to go into page color, and you could do a light color, maybe like a light blue. Let's see how that looks. So a light blue to the page. But sometimes people, what they do, they make it so dark I can't read their writing. But if you want to, this is optional. You can do a change of color. Watermark, we're not going to do. Watermark is where you have writing behind your writing. Page border, again, just to review. Box, shadow, or 3D you pick. You can pick a color here if you like. You can change your style if you want something like this. And now you have that. And then finally, we did our insert, our online pictures. And then you could put, maybe I'll put a tie. Let's see if they got a tie. A tie-dye shirt. Maybe I'll do a tie-dye. That looks good. Okay, I'll do insert for Crazy Look Day. All right, so that's what we're going to work on today. Please make sure that you're watching for spelling errors. Please make sure that you have at least 4 or 5 nice sentences. If you can do the insert word art, that's fantastic. If you can't do it, don't worry about it if you're in Google Docs, but I just want everyone to be aware of it. So that's our lesson on Microsoft Word for this week, and we will be moving on to another topic next week. But I want to commend everybody and congratulate everybody on their fantastic work.